Cahors in this house, there's some Cahors in this house. Actually, I'm joking. There are no Cahors in this house. It would be actually kind of cooler if there were. However, I do have this bottle of Cahors. However, I do have this bottle of Malbec here from Cahors. So this is from Chateau Gautoul. It's 2012, and I don't know, something about that purple kind of jumped out at me, and I was like, wow, this is a 2012 wine. Sitting here, everything else is 17, 18, 16, 19. Like, this is actually the second bottle I bought because it is so flipping good. Firstly, the color, no, it doesn't really read the same. It almost matches the color of their little schematic here. It's like royal purple or Lakers purple. Not that I'm a Lakers fan. If you can find this wine, you must buy every bottle of it because that smell, that nose is like lilacs and lavender, cranberries and blueberries. It is jumping out of the glass. If you told me that this was 2012, I would be like, nah, you're crazy. I always thought that Cahors was like part of Bordeaux, you know, kind of like Chablis is kind of part of Burgundy. Maybe I'm wrong, but this was in the Bordeaux aisle for $13.99. Cahors is like midway between the city of Bordeaux and the city of Toulouse. There's a river that runs through it. It's called the Lot River, which creates this microclimate, which allows them to get that brisk, refreshing acidity. It's not so hot, it's not so landlocked. You know, typically you think of Malbec, or at least I think of Malbec, you know, I think of Argentina, these like dark brooding. This is actually refreshing, bright. Chateau Gautoul has a 20-hectare estate with 5 types of soil: silt, clay, limestone, sand, and stone. The average age of these vines is about 35 to 40 years old. If you look at the photos of their property is green, lush. You can see like this is a healthy, vibrant vineyard. It's not certified organic or biodynamic or blah, 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 blah. They call their vineyard practices like lutte raisonnée or lutte raisonnée, which I think means like we do what's reasonable. They fermented with indigenous yeast. They did their fermentation in stainless steel tanks. They did their malolactic in the tanks as well. And then they did 100% barrel. They did it for 18 months, 44% new, 46% a year old. They bottled this August of 2014. The guy's name is Thierry Mazet. He doesn't own the property, but he is the vineyard manager and the winemaker. And we were corresponding via email, but I was like, dude, what's up with this wine? Why is it so fucking sick? And he was just like, you know, it is just sick, you know? It is. I do know. It is sick. This is what he wrote back to me. He said, for my part, Thierry Mazet, I am the manager since 2001. I am also the winemaker. Chateau Gautoul is wine made from Malbec grape variety, but whose name here is Côte Noire. It is a wine aged in barrels at 100%. Difficult to explain my work philosophy, but I love my job and I have gotten to know my children, which are my plots of vines. We talked about the nose, super active. Again, lilacs, lavender, cranberry, pomegranate, blueberries, florals, white flowers as well, black licorice, anise, fennel seed. But it's not dark. I mean, you could almost, it's not opaque. It's light around the edges. And on the palate, it's like a wall of minerality. I mean, you can just taste that, like earth. You could taste that limestone. Almost has like this bright, fresh key lime quality to it. It's a little tight. I'm gonna give it a minute. I'm gonna let it open up a little bit. I'm gonna come back and we're gonna taste it again. I wanna see if that fruit kind of popped. I'll be right back. All right, well, I'm back. I went out in the backyard and I contemplated life, talked to the squirrels. I shook a little bird seed out into the snow. I froze my ass off. And I thought about this wine and I thought, again, I like this wine. I want to go live here. So let's see what we got. Bone dry, lean, focused, great acid. That blueberry fruit is really starting to pop. Darker fruit, still got that great high tone of almost, again, like a key lime. I don't know what the hell that is. But when I think about Malbec, I always think about Argentine Malbec, which to me, I guess is just a lot more modern. Whereas this feels just like the old world. And that's where my palate lies. If you like something a little bit more modern, that's cool. Maybe we'll check out an Argentine Malbec next in the same kind of price range. This is the kind of winery that needs to be supported. These guys make 3,000 cases of wine a year. Not 30,000, not 300,000, not 3 million. If you're spending $14.99 on something from California, it's not even coming close to the quality that you're getting here. This is a handcrafted, small production wine, single estate, real guy, vigneron, manages a vineyard, and makes the wine. And again, it tastes like it's from some place. I didn't know what Cahors tasted like. Now I feel like I do. If I had to rate this wine, if I had to give it a score, I'd give this like 92 points. But again, what do I know? I mean, this is just my palate. It's definitely terroir driven. It's got a life force. I got this at Binny's. I would say decant 30 minutes before drinking. Again, Chateau Gautoul 2012 from Cahors. 92 points from me, like as if I'm anybody. Meanwhile, that's all I got for you today. There are some Cahors in this house. There are some Cahors in this house. There are some Cahors in this house. There's some